wrestling fans, Bob Caudle and Johnny Weaver. Welcome to an exciting hour on Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. Already we have opponents in the ring. You're looking there at big Cowboy Ron Bass, and with that glove around that hand, which of course indicates, Johnny Weaver, that right there he's got that claw hold ready to go anytime against the opponent, the Golden Terra. And we've action now at the bell.
You'd like to get that claw hold on the head of one Nature Boy, Buddy Landell. And, of course, it would delight a lot of people to get that claw hold on J.J. Dillon.
J.J. Dillon or Buddy Landell. I don't think it would make a lot of difference to Cowboy Ron Bass.
J.J. Dillon right now, Bob, has said that there's a conspiracy for Ron Bass. He's claiming that there's a conspiracy that Ron Bass would take out Buddy Landell to keep Buddy Landell from getting a hold of Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Bass now with the armbar. Look at him put the pressure on that arm as the Golden Terra got all the way up on his tiptoes, trying to get some leverage, trying to pick him up for the slam, Johnny. The big Cowboy's not going to budge.
And the opening that we saw there was young Sam Houston. Of course, he was a victim of another unprovoked attack by the Anderson once again. We saw a lot.
They had Tully Blanchard with him too, Johnny, and that was a brutal attack on him.
And the man wound up his arms in a cast now, and just another unprovoked attack by the Andersons, and we've seen do that to Magnum and Dusty Rhodes when they split them up. Didn't face him one-on-one. It was two-on-one, and they really destroyed the America's team.
And we're going to be talking with the America's team along with a youngster, Sam Houston, during the program, fans, so stay tuned. Good takedown, and a headlock down by Cowboy Ron Bass as he's got the Terra down on the mat. Boy, as big as he is and as powerful as Cowboy Ron Bass is, Johnny, you really feel the pressure in that headlock.
Yeah, you certainly do, and there's a lot of strength in the upper body of Ron Bass, and that's why he is able to execute that claw hold so well. And that claw hold of Ron Bass, something that J.J. Dillon never did find out what the real effect of that was going to be, but he's finding out now on the other end of the stick.
Bass just steps right over the Terra. Good takedown with that hip roll and that headlock again. And Terra back down on the mat into that headlock. Fans, also during this hour, you're going to see in action the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. The World Tag Team Champions, Rock and Roll Express, will be right here. Also in a tag team match, Superstar Billy Graham. And I want to look at the Midnight Express. We're going to see them too, Johnny Weaver.
And also, Bob, just an unbelievable team. 462-pound Abdullah the Butcher teaming with 285-pound the Barbarian. Bass again in complete control of the match. A man really with a mission. That mission to get the man who once managed him, J.J. Dillon.
J.J. Dillon. When Ron Bass came back from the Orient, when he came back with that claw hold, Johnny, and since the fact that Dillon and Buddy Landell had turned on him like they did, Ron Bass is a new man in the ring, really. He really goes after his opponents. He stays right with them. He's got just that on his mind in the ring, and you can just see the difference in the way Ron Bass wrestles.
He's got a lot of confidence in that new weapon in the claw hold. He knows the value of it. I don't think J.J. Dillon ever found it out as long.
He's got it now, the Terra.
There it is. Claw hold on the Golden Terror. Ron Bass forcing him down with that claw hold. I don't think the Terror can withstand this. There's the claw hold. Shoulders being checked by referee Tommy Young. And
he's going to be out, Johnny.
The winner of the match, Cowboy Ron Bass.
Yes, sir, with that claw hold, as he really put the pressure to the Golden Terra. Cowboy Ron Bass out in the center of the ring now with his arms over his head as the winner. Johnny, watch this in slow motion.
We're going to see it as Bass reverses and sends the Terror into the turnbuckle as he bounced out. That claw was waiting for him. The winner of the match, Ron Bass.
As here's the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, America's team. Young Sam Houston right here, who was brutally injured last week. We'll be back. We'll talk about that right after we take this time out. Fans back in ringside, young Sam Houston. You can see here that severe injury. Sam at the hands of Arn and Ole Anderson, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, and Tully Blanchard. All three of them on you.
Yes, sir. Well, they broke my arm. You know, broken bones and getting busted up is something that you come to expect when you're a professional wrestler. I just want the chance to wrestle these three men again. The way they did it, it was after the match was over. It was completely uncalled for that I felt. And I've always been taught to stand on my own 2 feet and fight my own battles. And that's why I want to wrestle these men again.
You don't worry about fighting your own battles. This here was directed at Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, and Magnum TA. That's where it was directed to. I want to take a look at this thing right now and show you how it came about. Tully Blanchard, Ole Anderson, Arn Anderson, right here you see Tully Blanchard can't leave well enough alone. In there now with the devious Ole and Arn Anderson. And watch right here, that perfect zero baby doll passing Ole Anderson that piece of lead or whatever it was in his knee right here. You're going to see an uncalled for, unjustified, I mean, below as you can get, Jack, right here on this kid, Sam Houston. Right there, broke his arm, didn't leave well enough alone. They know now, and me and Magnum know now, what this is all about, why it was called, why it was done, and what it's going to get down to.
What this is now is a war. They said anything's fair in war. They say they can break people up, they can try to end careers. Well, I've never seen more fight, more heart in a man than I've seen in Sam Houston. This injury isn't going to stop him. We're not trying to fight anybody's battles for each other. We're going out there all together. Anderson's, Tully Blanchard, all of you are going to pay. This isn't going to go uncounted for. Somebody else is going to get hurt now.
Dusty, they've been doing this. It was Magnum first, Dusty Rhodes, Sam Houston. It looks like they got a list they're going to work on.
Let's go way back, Ole Anderson, way back to 1976 in the parking lot in Atlanta, Georgia, when I got out of my car and you and your brother, Big Gene Anderson, decided to take a tire tool to my head. That's how far it goes back. That's where the beginning started. So now then, by doing this, is just made me know what it's all about. So now you got to prepare yourself for the battle of your life, because Magnum TA, myself, and yes, Sam Houston, now gonna take care of business, and that's gonna be some broken bones on your body when this thing is all over.
America's team, Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, and Sam Houston. Let's go to the ring now, fans. As Johnny, we've got tag team action in the ring right here. Look at them. The Barbarian, Abdullah the Butcher, and Paul Jones in that corner.
And they're up against a couple newcomers to worldwide and Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, David Deaton and Jim Jeffers. They look like a couple well-prepared individuals.
And they're talking over the strategy that they might use. And when you go up against a team that Paul Jones has managed, just any team that Paul Jones was in the corner, you really got your work cut out for you. But Johnny, when you've got a combination like the Barbarian and Abdullah the Butcher, boy, that's two mountains over there, and they're awfully hard to climb.
They certainly are. Looks like Jones is instructing the hard way, shoving the Butcher out of the ring for the Barbarian to start against Jim Jeffers. And Bob, only a man like Paul Jones would put together a team like this. Unbelievable team, the Barbarian and 462-pound Abdullah the Butcher, or maybe a very nervous man might put a team like this together. A nervous man because Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man, Valiant, and Raging Bull, who have been side by side everywhere they go for a long time, are really breathing down their necks.
And you know Paul Jones is looking over his shoulders and behind him everywhere he goes, as the Barbarian there was just biting Jeffers on the face.
Stomping to the head. There's just no method of attack that the Barbarian uses, Bob. He just uses everything he can. Kicking,
watch out,
biting.
Johnny. Here comes the big man in.
Abdul the Butcher from the Sudan at 462 pounds, back with Paul Jones now because Tully Blanchard had borrowed him and used him to his advantage till Tully Blanchard got the U.S. heavyweight title.
Over 460 pounds. Right down across the back and the throat as Jones slaps Jeffers from outside of the ring. And not only that, Abdullah with those taped fingers first had gone to the throat. He's really working on the wind and now ripping and clawing at the mouth of Jeffers. Also, Johnny, while we're seeing Abdullah the Butcher and the Barbarian work over Jeffers here, I got a comment about what happened to young Sam Houston from the Andersons, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, and from Tully Blanchard. That was just a barbaric thing they did to that youngster.
Well, you consider the source, the Andersons. They have no scruples anyway, and we have said for a long time that Magnum TA, Dusty Rhodes, was bringing along Sam Houston, working out with him, training him, and they just took advantage of Sam Houston when they got an opportunity with Tully Blanchard.
And is just going to hold Jeffers completely now at the mercy as he's hanging out in the air. Abdullah had all of that weight
Look at
with
this
that
now.
elbow. Watch
He's
out.
going to give another one. 462-pound elbow drop, and that does it. Abdullah the Butcher with the Barbarian, the winner. There you see Jones.
He's still right there and still got him pinned. And Jones now just shoves the referee away. Here comes the Barbarian in again to get a kick in at Jeffers, and they're not going to let him up. Watch it again in slow motion.
Unbelievable move right here with a man's body suspended in midair and then 462 pounds suspended in midair. They collide, and the winner, a Barbarian and Abdullah.
And fans, we'll be back. We'll have more action right after we take this time out.
What you people are about to see is your first look at the greatest tag team in professional wrestling today. I give you twin sons of different mothers, lean, mean, slick, and quick. Loverboy Dennis and beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express.
And in case you're wondering, that's Jim Cornette with that fantastic introduction of the Midnight Express. Johnny, he says the most fantastic, the sleekest, the best, the most outstanding tag team in professional wrestling. Loverboy Dennis and beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express.
And it's our first live look at him here on Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, and they certainly hold up everything that their reputation preceded them with, and including that introduction. That was quite an introduction by Jim Cornette.
They got to live up to it, Johnny, because in against Denny Brown and Gerald Finley, they got a couple of youngsters across the way that would just like to make hay and havoc of that reputation these fellows bring into the ring.
They've certainly electrified our crowd, and they're going to find that the World Junior Heavyweight Champion Denny Brown is going to provide them with plenty of opposition.
Beautiful Bobby starts it off. Denny Brown. Those are the two in the ring as we get the match underway. Brown into the ropes. He's going to turn it around and reverse it now.
It looks like they're going to set a fast, action-packed tempo. Look at Cornette, and he a busy man outside the ring.
I'll tell you, if you've got a fantastic tag team, and Cornette has, as again you see a good look at him outside of the ring, this fantastic team, Johnny, he's got them right where they're going to get plenty of action because they can go in against a top team every single match.
They certainly can.
We've got them.
You saw the unscrupulous tactics of the Andersons. We saw an unbelievable team of Abdullah the Butcher, the Barbarian, the World Tag Team Champions, the Rock and Roll Express, the Russians.
That's right. Don't forget the Russians.
That's right. You never know which two you're going to face. So if he wanted competition, Jim Cornette has brought him to the right spot, and they are opening up that attack, and they're going to set a fast tempo. And you know that speed and a fast tempo is the thing that brought the World Tag Team Championship.
Denny Brown ducked right under, came up with that arm, high in the air now with that knee drop.
The Rock and Roll Express has been very successful with speed, and these two individuals look like they got it. It gets maneuvered in the wrong corner right now. Let's see what he caught Finley coming in.
That's Loverboy Dennis now, fans. Back into the corner. They got him trapped from behind. Finley hit from behind, high up on the back with a knee.
Experienced teamwork right there, Bob. Condroy Dennis, Loverboy Dennis, was in a precarious situation, and beautiful Bobby got him out of it.
Finley hits head on into that elbow, coming hard off of the ropes, and now slammed to the knee. A beautiful Bobby outside of the ring. Now they're going to hold him and double team him here, Johnny.
Legal tag made, though. They made a legal tag, and it's beautiful Bobby back on the attack right now.
Cornette outside of the ring, beating, slamming at the mat. Boy, Johnny, he really got into the action, talking about being excited as Finley now again is back to the corner, all the way across the ring.
Oh, tremendous knee in that corner. Finley had nowhere to move. He was trapped. Hey, look, outside the ring now. Beautiful Bobby on the top turnbuckle.
Off of the top turnbuckle, high with a knee, right down on Finley.
Tag made now. This is Loverboy Dennis in the ring. Clothesline, almost took his head off. Knee on him, and a victory for the Midnight Express. Very impressive.
And they are extremely impressive, fans. Regardless of what you might think of them and the bragging of Jim Cornette, boy, they lived up to every bit of it. Watch again here as we're going to go back and see this finish in slow motion.
And off that top turnbuckle comes beautiful Bobby, and right on the mark, the winner's the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette.
We'll be right back after these commercial messages about the Mid-Atlantic Wrestling events coming up in your area.
Fans right now ringside. Here's the U.S. champ Tully Blanchard with him now, reunited, his Perfect 10 baby doll, and she has still got that big thing on her finger, Tully, that you
Where
gave
would
her.
you expect her to have it? Huh? She'd be wanting the whole world to see what a generous man the United States heavyweight champion Tully Blanchard is. Okay? Because I don't only have the perfect woman, I am the perfect man. And don't you forget it, Bob Caudle. Now, you know, I was watching on the monitor a little while ago. Poor Sam Houston talking about wanting to fight his own battles. And you know, 19-year-old Sam Houston with that hat on, young, pretty little face, all the little girls screaming, holler about you. Remember the 25 stitches? That was a message to Dusty Rhodes. The arm, with a little help from my friends, Ole and Arn, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, was a message to America's team. Dusty Rhodes, 2 times World's Television Champion. Magnum TA, 1-time United States Heavyweight Champion. You know, I kind of like that word, former. Former United States Heavyweight Champion. But you know, I got to take my hat off to you. The message has been sent. First class mail. You got to walk around with him for 6 weeks. Maybe that cast will get a little stinky, and every time you take a big whiff, Dusty and Magnum, you'll think about the Andersons and you'll think about me. But the biggest thing, you know, I got to take my hat off to you, Dusty Rhodes. I'm happy or unhappy to say, I can't really see which one fits. But you know, Dusty Rhodes, you saved me so much money. I mean, when you let her get on that horse and take Floyd off, and you didn't know where she went, she took your credit card, flew to Hawaii. My God, I'm gonna send you some money as a tip for saving me 10 grand. I'm telling you what, she is an expensive woman. And you know just exactly how expensive. I told you when the whole thing started, you couldn't handle it. And you can stoop to trying to get her drunk and trying to seduce her and doing all those other things you did, but none of them worked because she swore to me. She got down on her hands and knees and swore to me she was faithful. Dusty Rhodes, you tried to harm her. You made her do a lot of bad things. You and Magnum will pay.
Fans right here, U.S. champ Tully Blanchard, his Perfect 10 baby doll, and there's that ring that Tully gave her last week. But I got to ask you, our fans have heard it, they have seen it. What happened to young Sam Houston? Tully, just barbaric, uncalled for, no reason to do anything
Bob
like that.
Caudle, let me tell you what. When you get inside the ring, which you've been out here for many, many years talking about it, you ain't never been in there.
Right.
I mean, it's war when you get in there with people like Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA. I mean, they are tough, mean, nasty individuals. They wouldn't be the top of their profession. And it takes somebody a little bit tougher, meaner, nastier to take the titles away from them, which in many cases it has been me with both those men. Sam Houston wants to learn. He wants to be a great man. I look up to him for that. I admire him for that. But you know, Sam Houston, you run around with some of the wrong people. You need to be taught a message. A message needs to be sent to your buddies, and it is. I'm sorry it has to be you, but it has to be somebody. And I want you to tell them to relieve the pain, blues, and agony, and Sam Houston, you can slide off by and let the men get down to action. Because Dusty Rhodes, you want to get out here, we got to get ready. The Andersons and Tully Blanchard, you got to get ready for Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA, America's team. You got to get ready. Well, I tell you what, you don't see me up here shaking. You don't see Baby Doll shaking. You don't see her taking all her money out of the bank, do you? Well, I've got this right here, Magnum. It belongs to you, as you like to say. Well, I tell you what, every magazine, every marquee from one end of this country to the other, it's United States Heavyweight Champion Tully Blanchard with his perfect 10 Baby Doll. It don't say nothing about Magnum TA. It says World Television Champion Dusty Rhodes. 2 times. You had to get beat. Well, Dusty Rhodes, you and Magnum TA, you want some of Tully Blanchard, you want some of the Andersons, that's fine. Now, you people out there in that truck, I'm not done talking. Don't you wind me up. I'm not done talking about Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA. Now, you people, you want Tully Blanchard, you don't be winding me up. I told you nothing.
All right, fans, there it is. Tully Blanchard, let's go to the ring as we've got the Raging Bull in the ring ready to go. And in there with him.
Right alongside
the
of him.
boogeyman, Johnny.
And we talked with them before the night. They have been inseparable. And there's been too much of this 2-on-1, and it's not going to happen to the Raging Bull and the Boogeyman, Jimmy Valiant. The Boogeyman going to stay right outside, and an intense individual, the Raging Bull, and they're trying to take care of business.
They're going to stay together, Johnny. They're going to be the team, and they're going to protect each other, of course, from Paul Jones and from the Big Abdullah from the Barbarian and from the Jones crowd. This is Joel Deaton in action here against the Bull, who got high in the air. How he got that high in the air, I don't know, but look at that arm drag.
Crowd kick on it, but Deaton outside runs into Valiant. He runs
Valiant's
right
got
into
him.
Valiant, and look at this. Terrific.
Boy, the Bull had spring in those legs. He got so high in the air. Way over Deaton. Deaton must be about 6'7" tall, Johnny, and the Bull went right up into the air, right over him.
Deaton tried to take a powder, went outside the ring, ran into more trouble than he had inside the ring, and some of these teams better get the message. The 2-on-1 stuff is over. The Bull, Jimmy Valiant, going to be inseparable.
There's the Bull coming back with a foot to the midsection and a big chop. But look at Deaton trying to rip at the eyes. And the Bull has him in the ropes, right back to the attack again. The Bull has been a mad one in the ring in recent weeks, Johnny. He has been truly and aptly named a Raging Bull. He's been just that.
Did my heart good a few weeks ago when he came off with that flying burrito and laid Paul Jones right out in the center of the ring. But now, Paul Jones, being the devious individual he is, put together a team of Abdul the Butcher and the Barbarian.
But Jones knows that there's somebody there and somebody just waiting to waylay him. And you know he's got to be nervous about it, Johnny. Has to be.
And to say a little word about the U.S. champion, he did have Abdul the Butcher. He gave him back to Jones. Jones put that unbelievable team together. Now the U.S. champion's got the Andersons right there next to him.
Minnesota Wrecking Crew, absolutely. Now here's the Bull with Deaton. That mare take down again. And he's got that chin with that knee now into the back. Well, you hear Jimmy Valiant at ringside, Johnny. He's just hollering up to the Bull, giving him words of encouragement, telling him what's happening. And the crowd now beginning to pick up on it, and they love it.
I'm sure that the Bull and Jimmy Valiant not being apart anymore, being inseparable, they're going to be watching the new stuff coming around. They're going to be watching the Midnight Express and Jim Cornette. They're going to be watching especially Abdul the Butcher, Paul Jones, and the Barbarian.
Johnny, what about your impressions of the Midnight Express and this Jim Cornette? You're talking about flamboyant. I'm not so sure that's a big enough word even to describe what Jim Cornette is.
It certainly was a very impressive victory for two men that looked very good in the ring and everything they done. Jim Cornette outside that ring was screaming at him and his opponent all the time. Maybe you ought to listen to the Boogie Woogie Man out there. He's not doing a bad job outside that ring.
And now, in the arena, Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Man, the boy from New York City, is leading the cheer.
And he's got him hollering, Weasel, 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 committing only one person. Oh, Joe Flag!
That flying burrito, Johnny.
Hooks the leg, and it is all over.
Deaton got up over the bull that time, and when he turned around, he faced that flying burrito, and it just floored him, took him right to the mat for the pin. And a good quick win for the Raging Bull. Watch it here in slow motion again, fans, the finish.
And there's the bull off the ropes. Deaton executes a fine leapfrog. He thinks he has lost the bull, but the bull comes with that flying burrito to the top of the head. The winner is the Raging Bull.
Fans, right here, I want to welcome to Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, Jim Cornette. Jim, been looking forward to seeing you and meeting you.
I don't do that. It spreads germs, okay? By the way, that's nice. What, vinyl? This is vinyl? What did you think about your first view of the world's greatest professional wrestling tag team, Bob Caudle, huh?
I thought they are something.
They are something. I'll tell you what they are. They're the greatest thing that has ever happened to professional wrestling. Lean, mean, slick, and quick. Twin sons of different mothers. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There is no two men on God's green earth that can give them a contest. There is no competition for the Midnight Express. There's no answer. There's no stopping the Midnight Express. They are the greatest thing ever to step in a wrestling ring. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of tag teams around. Buzz and Brett Sawyer, the Mad Dog and the Mad Pup. They're coming around trying to stop the Midnight Express. And of course, you got your ever-present so-called NWA World Tag Team Champions, the Rock and Roll Express, that all of these various morons and goofs in the buildings are cheering for. Well, let me tell you something. The Sawyers ain't going to stop the Midnight Express because they're going to be a momentary stepping stone. The Rock and Roll Express has what we want. At Rock and Roll, we've had some past history between us. You remember us, we remember you, but I promise you this, for one solid year, we've been training, we've been working out, we've been getting the whole thing together. Mental intimidation and physical force combined together. The most deadly combination of professional wrestling and rock and roll. We're coming after you, baby. We're going to take those belts off your waist. We're going to put some knots on your head, and we are going to defeat every tag team that steps in the ring until you people recognize us as the best, because when the dust settles, the smoke clears, and the bell rings, the Midnight Express is going to be stronger just a little longer.
Fans, Jim Cornette, the manager of the Midnight Express. You've seen him in action and you've heard from him, and we'll be back right after we take this time out. The World Tag Team Champions, the Rock and Roll Express, Robert Gibson, Ricky Morton.
And there they are, Bob, a great shot of the Rock and Roll Express, the World Tag Team Champions. We heard Jim Cornette out here on the interview. He's quite an eloquent speaker there, but I don't think his words or the Midnight Express are going to scare the Rock and Roll Express, but I'll tell you, the two teams are top teams. If them two teams met, the Express against the Express, it would be some event.
Have to be a fantastic meeting. The Rock and Roll Express, the Rising Sun 1 and 2, as Ricky Morton is now into the ring after being tagged by Gibson, who started a match. And now here is Ricky up. He catches the Rising Sun coming in. He's got him.
How about that?
Sends them both to the mat.
And standing out here on the stage is the Andersons, or Minnesota Wrecking Crew, watching the World Tag Team Champions. So you know that where they're looking also. A lot of people looking down their throats. We can never forget the Russians who they defeated for the World Tag Team title. They are not out of the picture, not by any means. The Russians have been around too long. So the Rock and Roll Express hold the title, but everybody watching. The Andersons here on our stage. I'm sure the Midnight Express downstairs, the Russians are not out of the picture. Paul Jones has got an unbelievable team.
Ricky Morton just with a good move as the Rising Sun thought they had him hemmed in against the ropes, and in their corner with a good quick move came out and has now got the Rising Sun backed into the corner. And as you say, here are the Andersons, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. Ole Anderson and Arn Anderson watching the world champions in action in the ring. And of course, you know that the belts that the Rock and Roll Express wear around their waist, the envy of the Andersons, and the one thing that they have their mind and heart set on, Johnny, and that's that world championship. Ole Anderson having held that championship with his brother for several times, and he's looking at it again now, Johnny.
Well, as they stand out here watching the World Tag Team Champions, I wonder if they're proud of the things they've done to Sam Houston, Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, and the Andersons, and Tully Blanchard. Haven't heard the end of that either.
That's a very good thought, and I hope that we're going to get a chance to talk to him and ask him that question sometime during this hour. The Rock and Roll Express with another tag and a switch now. Here is Robert Gibson with a headlock, going to be back to the corner. Now he's going to be in trouble.
Double team now by the Rising Sun. And the Rising Sun opened up that attack, but Gibson with that quick speed, Bob, with that fast speed, the agility, gets out of a precarious situation. And here is Ricky Morton, and there's one for the one on the outside, one for the one on the inside. Ricky Martin taking care of both the Rising Suns, but they maneuver him also.
Yeah, he's back in that corner. In no man's land again. Ricky Morton coming out now across the ring. Catches that hard elbow. Again, another blow to the back of the head.
Listen to our crowd, how rock and roll. Terrific move by Ricky Martin, almost put a victory away for the Rock and Roll Express.
He got him coming out of that corner with that flying press, but he couldn't hold him as the Rising Sun came back in. They got another double team in. What do we got?
Reverse step over, toe hold the bridge. Reverse step over, toe hold the bridge. And haven't seen that move in a long, long time, and these guys better be watching this team. If they got World Tag Team aspirations, they better be watching this team. Beautifully executed by the Rock and Roll Express. We're going to see it again. Off comes the Rising Sun, a backdrop by Ricky Morton. Robert Gibson has been tagged right there, stepped over toe hold, back, and into a bridge in the Rock and Roll Express.
We'll be right back after these commercial messages about the Mid-Atlantic Wrestling events coming up in your area.
Fans with me, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, the Andersons, Ole and Arn Anderson. Arn, I got to comment, you were out here watching the world champions, and I know you had to get an eye full of the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah, I got an eye full, and I got to admit, I was not very impressed. I shouldn't have any problem, and Ole certainly won't have any problem smacking a couple of David Bowie lookalikes around. So that you can put in the future. But more importantly, I go around, Bob Caudle, and Ole goes around. We run around a lot of towns and a lot of places, and all I've been hearing is everybody's disgusted what happened to Sam Houston. Well, you take a man of the caliber of Tully Blanchard, the U.S. champion, you put him with the national tag team champions, you throw anybody in the ring, they're subject to getting hurt. Magnum TA and Dusty Rhodes both take that as a personal insult, and I agree with them. That's exactly how it was meant. So, Magnum, Dusty, take that advice. Take that as a little warning to you. I don't want to have to send you a candygram in the mail where after you, TA, Dusty Rhodes, will get to you any way we have to.
Ole Anderson, Ole, you've been tag team champion time and time again here. Why would Ole Anderson stoop to do some of the things that you've been doing, attacking guys by themselves, getting them in the back room?
Oh, God, come on. You've been around for a while. I've been around for a while. You talk about stooping to attack somebody. It was in a wrestling match. Am I right or am I wrong? I didn't sneak anywhere. I didn't jump anybody in an alley. I didn't have 43 people with me. It was a 6-man tag. Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, and Ole Anderson against 3 men. Right or wrong? 3 against 3. Nothing illegal about it. Contract was signed, sealed, and delivered. The only thing that was wrong with it is that there are 3 men, Blanchard and the Andersons, that were just too good for our opponents. And I'm going to tell you, anytime you get in the ring against us, you're going to be in for trouble. The difference between Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA and Ron Bass wrestling and the Andersons and Blanchard wrestling is that maybe Tully and maybe Rhodes can win. Well, we don't stop at winning. We stop when we hurt somebody. Now, you want to find out how good we are? Ask Sam Houston. Look at his arm. No fooling around with the Andersons. We're dead serious, and pretty soon some of our opponents are going to be the same.
And here's the National Tag Team Champions, Ole and Arn Anderson, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. Ole, I got to ask you, Arn, I got to both of you, about what happened to young Sam Houston. Here is a man now with a cast on his arm. Arn, the direct result of what you two did to him.
Bob Caudle, anytime you take a man like Tully Blanchard and you put him with the Anderson brothers, nobody can be held responsible, certainly not us, for what happens to our opponents. Now, I've told you time and time again, we don't wear flashy robes. We don't come out with little bandanas tied around us, and we don't have to have music to be able to find the ring. What we do, and we have been doing for as long as anybody can remember, is we get results. And the way we get results is you take a table and you knock one leg out from under that table can no longer stand. It cannot support its own weight. That's exactly what we did. We did it legally. We did it 3-on-3. We're just better than they were.
Hey, we're just too good. When are you going to learn, Rhodes? You said a long time ago. Well, you've had 10 years of education, and you're still graduating at the bottom of the class. You got that young kid, Magnum TA. You got him buffaloed, making everybody think how great you are. Oh, yeah, you are great. I don't even doubt for 1 second that Dusty Rhodes is probably one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. I don't doubt that that protege, Magnum TA, is also one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. I don't even doubt that Sam Houston, pretty good that he is today, is going to be one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. But we're not going to be. We are the best wrestler you're ever going to see. And when you put us in the ring and you put us against anybody, I don't care if it's Magnum TA, I don't care if it's Dusty Rhodes or Sam Houston, and then you throw in a ringer like Tully Blanchard, well, what do you expect, Bob Caudle? What do you expect? Bacon brownies? We're out for blood. We're out to beat people. We're the champions. We're the best there is. The Andersons.
All right, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew fans to the ring now. And you're looking at the ring, and in the ring, number 1, Paul Jones. In the corner, there he is, Johnny Weaver, the superstar, Billy Graham.
A master of Kung Fu, a master of karate, and a holder of many, many titles in his wrestling career. And if Jones, with that unbelievable team now of Abdullah the Butcher and a Barbarian, was not enough, he has another man in his stable right here, the man with the python arms, superstar Billy Graham, and he goes right to work on his opponent, George South.
He takes South and just slams him across the ring, hard to the turnbuckle. Johnny, you talk about those arms. Billy Graham, with those arms of his and that body and chest and shoulders, he just possesses just unbelievable strength in that upper body. He could just about crush a head in a headlock when he gets it in there so tight.
And when he gets the full Nelson, that superior strength of his really makes that hold a killing hold.
It looks like he's going to hang South. Now in the corner, he's got his feet tied up into the top turnbuckle as South standing on his head, completely defenseless in the corner. No way you can defend yourself in a position like that.
And Jones just trying to distract the referee so that superstar Billy Graham can dish out some more punishment to his opponent. You just had the Andersons there, Bob.
I was going to ask you, Johnny, what did you think about Ole Anderson and Arn Anderson's reply about hurting young Sam Houston? They say it's war in that ring, and that they're the best, and that they're going to put the hurt on some people.
And let's clarify, the belts they had are the National Tag Team Champions, and not to be mixed up with Rock and Roll, who are the world tag team champions at the present, but Ole Anderson has always been dead serious about his wrestling, and that is just what he tells.
Now here is Graham standing up over, just towering over George South as he's got the chin and the head, putting the pressure down on the neck.
A reverse chin
And twist that head and neck now of South, Johnny.
And now that superior upper body strength. Look at the arms and the shoulders and chest this man possesses. Superstar Billy Graham. And also, Bob, we've mentioned and indicated that he is a master of Kung Fu, a master of karate. You'll see a little bit of that in his matches from time to time. Paul Jones upset now with his coat off. I think he got a look at the Boogie Woogie Man and the Bull, the Raging Bull, back here at our table. And of course, Jones always outside, very nervous individual out there. He's always watching his back.
Always looking over his back, always thinking it that the Bull and Jimmy Valiant are close behind him. Look now at how the Superstar just slugged away at South, then went right with a choke, put that big powerful hand right around his throat, Johnny.
Well, Jones must have really been putting something in Superstar Billy Graham's ear, because he has really been a Billy Graham that everybody remembers in this match. He has really came on George South with everything he's got. South unable to mount any kind of an offense.
And Paul Jones just as calm as you'll ever see him. Outside of the ring, he's got one elbow, Johnny, up on the side of the ring, just sort of leaning over in the corner. Look at there.
He wasn't
just like he's out for an evening stroll and decided to just relax over on a pillow.
He wasn't that calm a few minutes ago when an appearance was made by the Boogie Woogie Man and the Raging Bull. And now they're gone, and now here's Jones. Jones!
Just slaps
Can he be proud of himself for that? Just a slap to the face.
With the open hand.
That's a big insult to anyone. An open hand slap to the face, and he's got a smirk on his face like he is very proud.
Billy Graham now, as South is still outside the ring.
Before Jones give him a slap to the face, he can't be proud of a tactic like that.
Paul Jones at ringside. You can see him over there on the other side of the ring start to take that jacket off. Johnny, he did that trying to taunt Jimmy Valiant and the Raging Bull, who are up here with us. He's trying to get him to come down toward the ring, and I'm sure if they were to head that way, you'd see Paul Jones lighting a rag out the other side.
Or else we may see Abdullah and the Barbarian. But Jones,
Paul Jones has always got some devious thing in mind.
But I'm sure Jones is very happy with the outing that Superstar Billy Graham. He's just been vicious in this match.
He's been right on top of George South all the way as he continues to pound him as South is face down on the mat. And Johnny, South has not been able to mount any offense at all. It's been all Billy Graham as South has really taken a beating.
He's just been very impressive in this match, Bob. And
he
Jones
is just fighting on pure desire as Graham has been on top of him all the way. The double thrust right to the throat.
Billy Graham, if his tactics had been like they have in the past, he sets a man up like that with a double thrust. The next thing is usually a full Nelson, and that's what he's got. He went right for it, Bob. He's got those python arms locked in that full Nelson hold on George South, and that is it.
And referee Tommy Young says, ring the bell, it's all over again. There he is with that full Nelson locked in tight on George South.
The winner of the match, Superstar Billy Graham. There you see those python arms, much to the dismay of our crowd, but to the delight of #1 Paul Jones. We're going to see Graham getting ready to set him up now. And it'll be that double thrust right there on the button, from there to the full Nelson, and the winner, Superstar Billy Graham.
All right, fans, and with us right here at ringside, the Raging Bull, the boy from New York City, Jimmy Valiant. Fellas, you saw him. You saw one of Paul Jones' men up there, Bull, but I tell you, he's got 3 of the biggest Three of the most vicious men in professional
You know
wrestling on
something, you
each
talk
side.
about big and vicious, you talk about all the teams that come to this area. And then you talk about the Rock and Roll Express, all of a sudden, out of the Midnight Blue come the Midnight Express. They're gonna show their wares. Every team that's come around here wants to show their wares. Well, when the team of the Boogeyman and the Bull come together, we ain't frightened of no evil hiding in the closet, Daddy. I was born scared of nothing. And I guarantee you, I don't have to jump off a building in a single bound and come out of the damn telephone booth and call myself anything but the Raging Bull and Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man. So we're coming to tell you one thing, Paul Jones. You bring anybody you want. And anybody that can drag a load, Daddy, because nobody pulls the load better than the Bull and the Boogeyman. So you tell everybody else you want to team up and be somebody. Come take on this team, Daddy, because this is going to be a team. We're not going to show you how well we're going to go out in the ring and show you what it takes to be a team. That's taking care of business. And Boogie can do it just as good as the Bull, baby.
Sure got that right. You know something from now on, brothers and sisters. Listen at your Boogeyman. It's not the Valiant Swan no longer. Brother, it's Cheech and Chong. It's Cheech and Chong. We go together just like butter and toast. We all over the coast, brother. And when you're going to see me, you're going to see the Bull, brother. I want to tell you something. We're riding choppers together now. We're riding streetcars. We're riding airplanes. We're riding boats, brother. Anywhere you see the Boogeyman, you see the Bully Wooly. Anywhere you see Bully Wooly, you see Boogie Woogie. Now I want to tell you something, Jones. You got the three biggest people, but you don't have the Boogeyman and the Joe, brother. We got you, Jack. And we
See you next week, fans. Until then, so long for now.
All right.
Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling is a presentation of the JCP Sports Network and has been furnished to the station for broadcast at this time in exchange for commercial consideration.